Hey, everybody. So what we are going to be looking at tonight is so last time we kind of wiped out the goblin camp, got rid of most of it. There are still some stragglers that are left up in the goblin camp that we can take care of. But what we're going to do is we're going to take care of some of the side stuff around the goblin camp, and that'll be our adventure for tonight. The very first thing that I want to do is come down into the sunlit wetlands. Cough, cough. Into the sunlit wetlands, and try to find the information that Kaga is being a little suspicious. And Kaga, if you'll remember, is the replacement head druid of the Emerald Grove up here. So last time that we played, we freed up Halson, who is the legit first druid of the Grove, and he has returned and taken care of everything over here in the Emerald Grove. And so I'm thinking that that whole quest line with Kaga is now invalid, but we are totally going to check it out, by dang it, and we're going to find out if we can actually do that. The stuff that we're looking for is about in this area right here, so we'll go and check that out. We'll do a quick look at the quest log as well, and actually here we can see we have a quest update. Rescue the druid Halson, and the next step in this is to go to camp and check out things there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to avoid going to camp, and we'll see if we can manage to make it through the fights that we have ahead without having to go to camp. In fact, let me take a look how we're doing on... We have one short rest left, you guys. It's going to be a marathon, but we can do it. We're all over this. No problem. All right. We do still have Auntie Ethel, potentially getting help from her with the parasite in our brain. But there is another quest that is tied over with Auntie Ethel as well, and that is to save Mayrina, and that is right down here. Mayrina is again a woman that two brothers are looking for, that they suspect Auntie Ethel has something to do with. So we're gonna check that out. I don't think we're gonna get to that tonight, but that's pretty high on our list to be able to look at. We also have a Grand Duke that was abducted and taken off towards the Moonrise Towers. The Moonrise Towers is westward. It is following along with the main storyline. All roads point to Moonrise Towers. So we'll get there eventually, but it's not going to be anytime soon, I promise you. Poor Grand Duke. He's just, all he wants is to just be rescued, and ain't nobody care enough to rescue him. We also have Find the Night Song. This is an artifact or an item or a relic that people have been looking for. And the last thing that we had was there was a puzzle in the Goblin Camp, and we went underground, and that trail kind of went cold at that area. Find the missing shipment. This is something that we were going to take care of tonight. Well, again, I say that, but you know me. I don't always mean what I say. Because I get distracted with over-completionism. This right up here is this area right here. So our priority for tonight, come down, sunlit wetlands, look for the stuff with Kaga. There is actually some pretty good gear down here too that we can grab a hold of. And then we go back up here to get the missing shipment. And then once the missing shipment's done, we're going to go to this little marker that we have over here with the shack. And there, again, there's a reason for that. And we'll take a look at that in a bit. Apart from that, we also have the masterwork weapon. That's not going to be for a little while, but we do have some blueprints to make a sweet weapon. So we'll check that out a little bit later. And search the cellar. We of course have the ancient tome. This isn't even going to be relevant until like Act 3, so we're not going to worry about this too much. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's check on everybody's status. So Nerdad is our paladin. He's totally out of spells, but we do still have all of his lay on hands. And his channel oath charges, those do restore on short rest. So we're gonna be using this quite a lot to get some extra healy going on.
A long way to go still.
Oh, Shadowheart is completely out of spells. That's not great.
Salutations.
Gil still has 2 level 1s. We can make some good use out of that. I think we'll be fine just because of that. And then of course we do have 1 extra level 1 spell slot, and we'll use that on Hunter's Mark whenever the time comes. Actually, he's already got Hunter's Mark up, so our cup overfloweth with spell slots for Astarion. Jeez, you guys. All right, cool. So with that, let's go ahead and head to the south. We'll actually go ahead and take care of getting rid of some of these markers while we're in the area too, because dang it, I don't like having them markers on the map. All right. So yeah, I think for all this, yeah, we'll just head towards the hidden goblin stash right now. We'll head south and then to the east. Now we just have to find south on the map. Okay, cool.
Moving ahead.
We'll head this way. All right, and again, this whole area right here, these are filled with like level 1s and I think a couple level 2 goblins, and we will. Oh yeah, it was a level 2. We will be coming back through here to wipe this place out to fulfill the goblin genocide that we've been working on. With the and really we're just doing it for the XP. Just a couple few extra points of XP, but it's always good to get that sweet XP. Oh, and here we go. There's a marker down here. This was a little record that we found. Oh, that mentioned there was a goblin stash here. It looks like it was in a dirt pile, so we've already got this thing, so we're good. Oh, and I think that's gonna stay on our map. Dang it! Every time. That's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. So with that, we're just gonna head straight down into the south, into the. Look how beautiful the sunlit wetlands are. Oh, that's so nice. Check the map. Yeah, we'll just keep on going down. And last we had, there was. This is about where we met.
Chill runs
oh, here we
up
go.
your spine. You feel like you're being watched.
All right, let's see. Children's upper spines. Look for anything out of the ordinaries and tap into the preternatural awareness granted by your oath. Seek the truth. Yeah, here we go. Always fun to follow Paladin oaths if you can. Oh, question in chat. What are we doing now? We are heading down south to pick up, to investigate Kaga a little bit more. Like the last we left off with Kaga is that she had a suspicious note saying, "Hey, meet me in the swamp by the tree. Sneaky, stealthy, shadow. Holy paladin covered in blood." So yeah, we're gonna go check that out. See what Kaga's up to. Add bonus and guidance. There we go. All right, rolled exactly what I needed for the DC. Great indication of how everything's gonna go tonight. That's great. What's happening? This is so crazy.
You blink and the wilderness changes. A swamp, stinking and insidious, assaults your senses.
Never good. Never good. You think you have a sunlit wetland, and it ends up being a swamp. Not great. Not great, you guys. All right, loving note. What do we got here? Take a breather, lovelies, and have a bite to eat on me. Should I try doing the anti-Ethel voice? Take a breather, lovelies. I do like her voice. It's adorable for the comparatively crazy individual that she is.
A trap. Someone doesn't like this.
Lots of traps in this area, so we do need to be extraordinarily careful. Lots of skeletons and carcasses too that we need to watch out for. Because of that, I'm gonna flip over to Astarion and have him kind of be my eyes and ears here. Where'd they go? All right. Spike trap, disarm. Here we go. Get some guidance going in that. I would say, oh yeah, never mind. We're not rolling exactly what the DC is. We're way above that, but it's freaking Astarion. He always rolls really high. Or more specifically, he always has like 50 million points of bonus added to his rolls. Like 27. Come on, guys. Come on. Ain't no trap gonna stand up to that. I do actually want to head over to the northeast here. Oh, and this is interesting. This is interesting. So Auntie Ethel, she left a note saying, "Hey, here, have a bite to eat on me. You pick up 5 apples, but oh, hey, check it out. They're poisoned. They're poisoned." Because she's a jerk. She's a secret jerk. She seems cute and adorable and old grandmotherly and stuff, and potions and lotions and petals and whatever else, but she's a jerk. She's a meanie face. All right. Oop.
Traps.
Trap, trap, trap. And again, 50 million traps in this area. 23. That was so close, you guys. One swamp area from Lego Lord of the Rings. You know, it is required by law that every fantasy game. Oh, jeez Louise.
Hell, consider
That every fantasy game have a Lord of the Rings style. Oh, come on. Lord of the Rings style swamp is what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to get out before my people ran blindly into traps that they had detected. Yes, Gale, we get it. You don't have to be so dramatic. My gosh. I lost my temporary hit points. That stinks. So, I am... Oh, and his concentration on Hunter's Mark was broken. You guys. That's the worst feeling. That's just the worst feeling. Because you know what? I really needed that, that Hunter's Mark, because he just does not have the spell slots left. I could have used that spell slot on a dang old ensnaring strike. That's way fun. Tried to pull a Snow White. Yeah, I'll agree, Lanimus, that Lego Lord of the Rings is fantastic. I feel it captures the blockiness of Lord of the Rings perfectly. So, always good to watch out for these barbed bulrushes. You do have to succeed a sleight of hand check in order to successfully harvest from them. So be super careful, and this is another reason why I've got Astarion leading the party here. This is my this is my goat sleight of hander. So this is a huge bummer. I am diseased right now. I've got 20 turns left of it. So whenever you fail these saving throws for the traps, you end up with like an open wound, and if you don't succeed a saving throw at the end of that, it turns rotting. And so now I have disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws, which is awful. Just awful. Like, kind of making me consider using Gale or Shadowheart for my lead here. Just cause Astarion is not going to be able to detect much as we're walking up here. So we got to be careful, you guys. Got to keep that right-click button super ready. And again, tip: as you're walking around, you know, click on that right mouse button to have your characters immediately stop in their tracks. If you try to get them to like stop what they're doing by you know, left clicking, they will just continue moving or move in a way that isn't right. Right click will immediately stop them dead in their tracks. before you left click and they stop dead in their tracks. All right, stuffed bear. Here we go. There's a muddy note. This is gut-wrenching. A worn note splattered with mud attached to a doll. It was clearly written in a hurry. Hold this every time you miss Mummy Baby, and do not leave camp. Back soon. That's rough. That's rough. But we're gonna take it, and we're gonna take the stuffed bear. Because you know what? You know what that stuffed bear is? That's a container, dang it. And heartbreak is worth it if you get a container out of the situation. I need to put that on a t-shirt. I thought Astarion was a not vampire, not a not zombie. Yeah, it's true. Did he fail another saving throw? No, we're good. Okay. No, we're good. All right. Astarion is now back to us. He's no longer disadvantaged. And let's take a quick look at the map and how we want to do this. We checked out over here. We're going to check out over here to the northeast again. And we have another barbed bulrush. Before I do that, though, I'm really paranoid because this is not going super well so far with my luck. So he's going to get guidance just by default. Yeah, he did succeed against that. Oh, and 3 poisoned apples. Let's pick up all these dang poisoned apples. I don't know if these poisoned apples are good or anything, but we're going to use them. Dang it.
Blood everywhere. This camp was ambushed.
Oh, dude, I wonder if that's the camp the teddy bear was talking about.
That's curious. What's that?
Hey. Oh, let's have Nerdad do that, because Nerdad's the one with the shovel. Did find a dirt mound over there, so we're going to check it out. Lots of these barbed bulrushes in this area, so that's pretty cool. Get lots of poisoned apples that we don't need. A hyena ear. Okay. I will echo this. I can't remember if I've talked about hyena ears, but we will always, always, always try to grab hyena ears whenever we can. Just because hyena ears will allow us to make potions of speed, and potions of speed are the most useful potions in the game, to the point that they are a little overpowered. In fact, let me show you guys potions of speed, and we'll talk about these for a little bit. Elixirs. What are elixirs doing there? That paladin's a gravedigger. I mean, usually it is somebody attached with clergy that's gravedigging, right? Okay, potions of speed. Check this out. Check this out. So this is basically the haste spell in potion form, which, incidentally, because it is in potion form, it is so much better than the haste spell. So, potion of speed. Gain an extra action, a +2 bonus to armor class, advantage on dexterity saving throws, and double your movement speed. But then the cost is, whenever the condition ends, when the potion runs out, you become lethargic. And lethargic is pretty brutal. But if I can, there we go. So lethargic means that you cannot move or take actions, bonus actions, or reactions. You're just kaput for 1 turn. But consider the math on this. Consider the math. So first off, potions are nice because you can toss them on the ground in between characters and actually have all of them get the effect of the potion. And I haven't used potions of speed too much so far in this playthrough, but that is going to change here pretty soon as we kind of crank up the difficulty a little bit. This extra action is so good, especially on your martial classes like Astarion and like Nerdad, because whenever they hit level 5, and right now we're only level 4, but level 5 is coming up dang quick. In fact, for what it's worth, the reason that I've been putting off handling the anti-ethel quest is because I want to be level 5 before we attempt this, because level 5 is such a huge, enormous boost to your power for all of your characters, both casters and melee. So anyway, for the melee, whenever you hit level 5, you are able to attack twice every action that you have. So you do your main attack, and then you immediately get to do your main attack again. And not just your main attack, you can also do, like your special weapon attacks as well. So you get that twice. Oh, whoops. Should not have done that with Nerdad. So you get to do those attacks twice, but then whenever you are sped up or hasted, you get 2 actions, which means that you can potentially attack 4 whole times. And on top of that, Astarion has a bonus attack that lets him bonus attack. And there are a couple of feats and options and stuff, and a couple of pieces of gear that will allow him to continue to attack as he kills things and wipes things out. Plus, as a ranger, he also has the Dread Ambusher, which on the first turn he gets a whole nother attack. So he's just, potions of speed in that first turn are so good. I know, exactly. It really is coming down off a sugar high. It's great. I am gonna pick up these backpacks and pouches because, you know, more containers. I always like my containers. But here's the thing. Again, do the math. So you get, like with haste, you get 3 turns where you get 2 actions, and it is absolutely worth it to have 2 actions for 3 turns to sacrifice 1 turn at the end of the effect. Absolutely is that worth it. So yeah, huge penalty, but honestly, it's pretty sweet. Incidentally, this right down here is the tree that we are looking at for investigating Kaga. But for right now, we gon' jump over here. Alright, let's check it out. So far, so good on these sleight of hand checks. I even had Nerdad do one of these on accident. He succeeded. And like always, just as a reminder, I am picking up every dang thing that I can run across, just so that I can sell that stuff. Decrepit Sanctuary. And yep. Stealth. Hopefully we don't get seen by this thing, which we are. Oh, darn it. Okay, that's fine. So Astarion is still out of combat. This is one of the great things about having everybody in stealth. Only the people that are seen get into combat. So if we jump over to Gale, Gale is in combat, and he is got all of these stuff. The combat music's playing for him and everything. Nerdad is not in combat, so that means as long as he is stealthed, I can keep him out of line of sight and move him basically wherever I need to, which is going to be really, really helpful for getting around right here. So that is absolutely what we are going to do right now. These mud mephits are pretty nasty because they do have, whenever they die, they explode. That is a huge disadvantage, so I gotta be really, really careful with these mud mephits. However, there are also in this, there are these wood woads. These wood woads are not too significant, but they do have this regeneration that we're going to have to deal with. So we're going to lean pretty heavy on fire damage, just so these wood woads do not get 10 freaking points of regeneration every single time. What do you mean it's a goofy looking jump? Whenever they jump, it's elegant and beautiful. How dare you? So I'm thinking that Astarion's going to be able to take this guy out. And incidentally, so again, the really great thing with Astarion having so many actions on his first turn is he does get, you know, extra damage on his first turn and an additional turn on his first turn. But he will take out, like, seriously, maybe 1 or 2 guys on that very first turn, which is just fantastic. So we should actually be able to take out this one mud mephit right here, right now. But I think I'm going to move him a little bit more into the fray. Oh, no! I forgot I had my action selected. I was worried that I lost Astarion's turn there. Fortunately, the mephit's just like, what? I don't know what's going on. All right, here we go. Good. All right, cool. So he took that guy out. It is still Astarion's turn. Gale is available as well. Remember, Gale is going to have... We might need to pull out some of the stops here. He doesn't really have any fire spells. I should have prepared a little bit better for this, like gotten burning hands maybe. But he does have firebolt. I think that's gonna be our saving grace here. For right now, though, nothing I can do. So now it is just time to get set up for the next turn. So let me see if I can reach that. No, I sure can. I want to get Gale up on this little rock right here and just have him, you know, in the sniper nest. I should have had him jump. Darn it. Actually, nothing else to do, so let's see if I can get him up there. I can get him up there. Hey-yup! What a graceful, beautiful jump. Not at all goofy looking. Oh, that was great.
I'm ready.
All right, let's see if Astarion can get... think I'm gonna have to... I was gonna say I'm gonna have to burn my bonus action to jump over this mud, but that will mean he can't attack anyway, so why bother? Alright, we're not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna have him chill out right or here. His turn. Oh, and Nerdad's still out of combat. Oh dang! Oh dang! Oh dang! Okay. No, stop moving! Dang it! Should have moved him beforehand. The problem with this fight is there are so freaking many of these mud methods, and they will just destroy your day with these death explosions. So we're gonna have to be incredibly careful here. Celestial Fiends and Undead. Nature's Wrath might be good to burn a Channel Oath charge on. Fae. Are these guys Fae? Fae? No, that's plant. What about you? Mud methods. What do we got? Elemental. Blah. So really, there is not a whole lot that Nerdad's going to be able to do here. So I think what we are going to do is I might throw some gunk at these guys. I could just jump in and start going to town and wailing on them. Keep them occupied at very least. We'll do that. We'll keep them occupied. Actually, I do a color spray. No. Not enough. Not enough. Dang it. Alright, cool. Hey, I hit him for 5. Hooray! Does he have resistance? Piercing resistance and bludgeoning resistance. Dang. Alright. Gotta see if I've got a slashing weapon for Nerdad. Dang it. Oh, I can't look up slashing. That's unfortunate. Let's sort these guys by type. Don't think I have that much going with slashing. Steel forged sword. Not ideal. Oof. Oof. Nope, don't need you. Yeah, don't need you either. Alright, slashing. Nothing! I don't have any slashing weapons! This is not gonna be pretty, y'all. It's not gonna be pretty. So I'm in this crazy situation where I need to attack with fire these guys every single turn. I really don't have the opportunity to do that on both of them, so I'm gonna have to like focus fire one down, but at the same time, I need to ranged attack all the methods down ASAP so that I don't get surrounded by them, because if I get surrounded by these guys, like is about to happen, then they'll all explode on each other and it'll just cause this chain reaction that will end up in immediate character death. Nope, certified goofy. How dare you? How dare you? Oh, hey, look, she's got Firebolt, though. That's going to be helpful. Is that going to be helpful? I think it's going to be helpful. Man, she is just out of resources. I don't have anything I can do here. So I'm going to go ahead and have her jump across, get a little bit extra breathing room. Ugh. 40% chance to hit. My gosh. Actually, you know what I'm going to have her do is we're going to try grenading the crap out of these mud methods. Yeah. That'll give her something to do, dang it. Why are my characters glowy? So I have all of my characters buffed with a lot of buffs. Astarion, for some reason, does not. I don't know what happened with his. I feel like last time I played, I knew what happened with his, but I don't remember what that was. So what I do is I have my hirelings, because they're just throwaway characters. I have them cast a whole bunch of buffs on my party before I leave camp every morning, because these buffs last until long rest. So this is stuff like the swirly specifically is Long Strider, which increases my movement speed by 10. There are. She's also got like little glowy. I think that's shield protection from poison, maybe. Oops. All right. Let's see if she can throw that far. See how far she can throw. Oh, looka. Oh, looka. Does she have the movement speed for that? Tell me she does. She does. Oh, man. Yep. Oh, path is not interrupted. Don't you dare take that tone with me, young lady. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's going to be really close because they're burning right now. Which means they're going to take 1d4 damage per turn. Yeah, they're... Oh, jeez. So that means the death timer is running on these methods. So they are definitely going to explode in 3 turns. It might be 2, it might be 1. So it really depends on where they're able to move before they explode. I may have killed myself by doing that. Alright, she's gonna chill back here. Alright, jeez. Alright, Gale. Oh! I have the wrong boots on, oh no! Yeah, get off. Hopefully this doesn't take my action. It does not. Alright, cool. Gosh, I did not realize that he had on incompatible boots. Well, the problem was, Gale wasn't able to cast spells because he had on medium armor boots. And I am definitely going to need Gale casting a ton in this fight. Alright, that's what I just had on. Jump distance increased by 5. That's medium armor, don't want that. I do not want to mess with the water sparkers right now. So I guess it's just Swearsy shoes. That way he can increase his jump distance in case I need him to jump up on top of a pillar. That would be super convenient, right? Alright, here we go. What? Oh, and the... Whipping the boots used up his action. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, Rutrow is an accurate assessment of the situation right now. Yeah, I am not liking how this is already not going. Okay, so with Astarion, he's going to be able to snipe a whole bunch of stuff right now. So, very first thing, Dread Ambusher on this Young Mud method. I would preferably like to do Dread Ambusher on something that is a little bit harder to, or has more HP. These guys, one shot from Astarion will take him out. So, I'm good on that. So I'm going to use up his Dread Ambusher, which does do extra damage on this Ancient Mud method, which is a level 3 over here. Hopefully I can get him in enough range that he doesn't have disadvantage, which he can. All right, 70%. Here we go. Ah ha 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 ha! Check that out. Did you see that? Yes. I don't know why those two exploded. It wasn't their turn. Fashion is very important. It's true, especially if you can get your clothes glowy and swirly, then it's incredibly important. I just imagine Gale, like, in the middle of the fight, like, I can't cast. My shoes are too heavy. I need to take them off. Poor Gale. Oh, whoops. All right, let's go ahead and take out this guy. Kablorki. All right. See, this is what I love about Astarion. Let's see if we can get him moved up a little bit. It's going to use up a lot of our movement speed. But, come on, big money, big 65. Here we go, here it is. Hey, what was this? Pentacrush. What the heck is that? I killed 5 enemies in a single turn. Hey, check that out. I don't think I've never seen that before. That's really cool. That's really cool. I feel pretty good about that. All right, we got that guy still up there, but Astarion's out of action, so we're gonna go ahead and get him out of the way. Get that turn ended. Hopefully, yeah, he's gonna fly right over to me. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, stay down there. Stay down there. No, don't get closer. Yeah. Ooh, that was a hefty hit. Did Nerdad save on that? Yeah. Oof. These guys are level 4, so I mean they're pretty brutal to begin with, so we're not super happy about that. Okay. Normally I would have Shadowheart right in the thick of everything, but I really need to... I really need to take these guys down and prevent them from healing as much as they're going to be healing. Like, actually, why did that guy heal? 10 hit points if it walks through a vine surface unless it recently took fire damage. Okay, so this isn't even a deal. The vine surfaces are over there. We don't have to worry about it. Okay. So Shadowheart's back on smack duty. Heck yes. I know, okay, so that's kind of what I was thinking. The whole, like, pentacrush, pentakill thing. Yeah. It felt a little League of Legends-y. Did I say anything? Is there like an announcer voice, like pentakill? Whenever you say that, I vaguely recall something like that. It has been a little while since I have played any League of
Sometimes
Legends.
the only way out is through.
You know, if I play games to relax and enjoy myself, after I play League of Legends, I feel like I then need to spend a lot of time relaxing and enjoying myself because, my gosh, I do not find League of Legends particularly relaxing. Ooh, that chest is on fire. That should be fine. It's okay. It's all right. So it really didn't need any spell slots. We're actually in a really good position here. So, wait, what? Okay.
The dance macabre.
All right, back to Astarion. We're gonna have him. Yeah, we're gonna have him take out this guy here. No! You stop that right now. I gotta rearrange all my stuff. Hey, that was Astarion's second critical hit of the fight. That's great. And let's go ahead and have him miss. Let's have him miss. It's good. All right, and I actually, yeah, he's already out of line of sight. I think I'm going to, because these guys have such high defense, I'm gonna have him stealth next turn and try shooting from out of line of sight. Man, those are brutal hits. With as resource starved as I am right now, I really don't like that he is taking that much damage. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to daze this guy. Saved. Not ideal. It's fine. I mentioned that level 5 was a huge power spike for everybody, not just for the melee characters, but even though it is a huge power spike for the melee characters too. The reason that it is such a huge spike as well for the casters is they get level 3 spells at level 5, and level 3 spells are some of the best in the game. Like, level 3 is where you get, like, haste. Wow, he still didn't hit. That is rough. Haste and fireball and invisibility. All sorts of really fantastic spells. So, yeah. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna... Let's see. Oh, that guy is blinded, so we should be fine. Alright, we're gonna take it. Here we go. Yay, 8 damage. Oh, because he's piercing. Dang it. Oh, Lanimus, was that confirmation on the pentakill voice? I knew it, because I play League of Legends all the time. Oh man, yeah, this is brutal because they have resistance to like everything that I do here except for Gale shooting off spells. I mean, Nerdad's bludgeoning, she's piercing, Astarion's piercing, and then Gale is like flicking a lighter in their direction. Let's see if we can do like 5 damage here. Here we go. Ooh, critical hit for 7, you guys. Woo! That's exciting.
Concentrate.
Oh my gosh. This is so bad. But remember, kids, this is why you need to always carry a bludgeoning and a piercing and a slashing weapon on your characters so that you can switch them out in case you need it. Like there's a fight that's gonna come much later. Let's see if we can get this. Much later that they take like the boss thing is gonna take enormous amounts of damage from bludgeoning weapons, and you can use the existing mechanics in that fight, like to kind of smash the boss, but otherwise you'd need a bludgeoning weapon to do like crazy amounts of damage to it. So there is actually huge purpose in keeping those extra weapons around. Hey, concentration. Who was entangled? Oh, was it Nerdad? Yeah, it was Nerdad. All right. And that's it for his turn. And these are brutal hits, but at least I'm not attacking Nerdad anymore. Oof. Hey, I forgot about that. So yeah, this mace, every short rest you can encase a target in fairy fire for 2 turns. If you miss an attack against it, this is huge, you guys. I love this mace for what it's worth. So fairy fire makes it so that things can't be invisible, but it also means that you will have advantage against them. So it's kind of like that one spear that I really like. Yeah, this one. So the Watcher's Guide, whenever you miss the target, you will have advantage against them next turn. It makes you feel much better about missing. This is the same way, but the miss effect is so good. So good. Fairy Fires for 2 turns is awesome. It does recharge on short rest, but I don't care. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. Because everybody's going to have advantage, and we all love advantage, don't we? Alright, and that is the end of Nerdad's turn. Yes, I wish we could end this. I totally agree with you here, Shadowheart. We should end this. But we're not going to, are we? Hey, there we go. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? 26 damage. No, 27 damage because of the... because of that one lightning charge. That's what I'm talking about. 5s and 6s and 7. The Gil swoops in with a freaking 26. Yeah. Hey, critical hit for 7. That took him out. All right.
Let's move.
We got some healing to do, you guys.
Open up.
But, you know, first we gotta check this vase out. All right. Who am I missing? Oh, Kale. Poor Kale's stuck on top of the rock. I can't jump down. My boots are too heavy.
Most excellent.
I can't flick my
It's been a
sparkler
long
at
day.
people.
Better stop to rest soon.
Hey, Shadowheart, don't tell me my business. All right.
Got a long road ahead.
So we should have some good berries, don't we? Or did we already use those up for the day? No. We do have good berries. I would prefer not to use my good berries if I don't have to, because these are a 1 camp supply each, which is really going to help with finessing the cost of having to do a long rest, which is coming up here. I need to switch Kale over to melee. But I do have good berries in case we need it. And Shadowheart's completely out on that.
Never a dull
But
moment.
here's what we'll do. We're going to go ahead and do some Channel Oath. Can I reach everybody? Yeah, I can reach everybody. Gotta get that, gotta loot the stuff before you heal. There's a roguelike that I play called Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, which is one of my favorite roguelikes. I mean, it is traditional style roguelike. I mean, like, from the command line, from the console. It does have a tiles version that makes it a little bit more graphical if you're a wimp, but I have a tendency to never heal when I should heal in Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup whenever I see like a nice piece of loot off to the side, and I always end up paying a dear price for it. All right, So let's take a look at the stuff that we just picked up, because this is some pretty important stuff. Actually, let's finish looting. Fine, priorities. Just been recently reminded sarcastically of the priorities and how important they are. No, do not get in those vines. Dang it. I think that we're not going to be able to loot this tree for incriminating evidence against Kaga. I think we might be hosed. We might be hosed. That is quite unfortunate. Check out the vase here in a little bit. Actually have a story and sneak around. Base. Yeah. Ah, you guys. I think it's all done for. I think it's all done for. I do not see anything when I'm alting over stuff. I don't see anything. I think this whole quest line might be shut down. That's sad. Just gonna go around and make sure that I'm not missing anything here. Okay, so spoiler alert for something that would have already happened and is not going to happen. So if you're concerned about spoilers of those kinds for things that don't exist, Kaga is actually a shadow druid. She is absolutely determined to wreck civilization, because she feels that it is, destroying nature, which, I mean, come on, Kaga, have you seen post-industrial society? I get it. I get it. Oh, lost a survival check. It means, yeah, there we go. Got more of these, like, barred bull rushes, so gotta be careful with those. Hey, lots of stuff in this one. Good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, that's why Kaga is so cranky and so willing to execute little children for,
Tread carefully.
trying to stop her from doing the crazy things that she was mandating, is because she's a shadow druid and doesn't really have a huge amount of respect for other sentient life forms. All right. So with that, we're going to keep on checking out this whole area, just because I don't want to come back here in this area. There is a waypoint down in here, so I think I'm going to try to find that one to, just so I don't have to, like, trek through the bog anymore. Do they call this the bog or the swamp? I can't remember. Oh, and I won't be able to remember until we get out of here. All right. Hey, rope. Good. Care about no rope. I take it back. I take it back. I do care about rope, because that's gold, you guys. That's gold. All right. What do we have in here? Oh, that's his poison bag. Jeez, it doesn't really feel like he's got a whole lot of stuff in the way. Oh, he does have pork shoulders. We're going to get rid of that. Send that to camp. We don't need that on his person. These all go to Nerdad. Yeah, and that clears up a lot of space for him. Nerdad has plenty of space to go to. All right, I said I was gonna go over the stuff that we just got, so we're gonna take a look at that a little bit closer. Yeah, we already had that. So we do have the sparkle hands. This is such a good monk item. So on a hit with an unarmed attack, which is monk, the wearer gains 2 lightning charges, and then as we know from lightning charges, they just give you extra damage, like just basically flat damage. They also make it a little bit easier to hit stuff, I believe. Yeah, +1 to your attack rolls, and they deal 1 extra lightning damage, then 5 charges. You deal a little spurt of extra damage. However, this shield is really, really good. So this is typical shield +2 to your armor class, but it also has Wode's Ensnaring Strike. So you can do this to ensnare targets, and I will repeat, ensnare is a great status effect. So first off, they take damage over time, which is awesome, but again, all attack rolls against it have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls and dexterity saving throws are under disadvantage. It is easily taken care of, but you have to burn an action from somebody else to actually get rid of the ensnared. Ensnared is a great condition. I like blind a little bit better just because there's so many sources of blind. All right, let me take a look at the abilities here. I do want Gale definitely with this safeguard shield because saving throws are going to help him with this concentration check. So that it definitely stays. Absolute's Warboard. This does give him heroism. 5 temporary hit points are pretty cool. Oh, well, actually 5 temporary hit points per turn is really cool. It's really, really good tank thing. It's not as valuable because we did not get branded, but that's fine. That's fine. Glowing shield. Once per short rest, if you are below 50% hit points and take damage, you gain 8 temporary hit points. This is another really good one. Oh, man. I think I'm going to do that, though. Give her a little something extra to do. So Shadowheart's so... Like, clerics are bizarre, because clerics are legit one of the strongest caster classes. I mean, they have medium or heavy armor, depending on what type of cleric you are. They have really good weapon proficiencies. They're just everything leads to clerics being a great class. But the thing is like, you forget sometimes that they are legitimately a caster class. So frequently, after everybody is level 5, I'll be sitting there like, wait, why can't Shadowheart, attack twice? And then I'm like, oh, right, she can't attack twice because she's a caster class. She's not a melee class. She thinks she's a melee class. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and head. Did I get that? Yeah, I got that. We're gonna go ahead and head more into the thick of the bog by jumping over here. Putrid bog. It's not putrid. Bog does have a more Lord of the Rings feel to it, I guess. Some more bull rush. It's doing good with those sleights of hand. Is it sleight of hands? No, it's got to be sleights of hand. Oh. Okay, we've got these red caps up here too, so we're gonna go ahead and get people into position. And ideally, oh, yeah. Here. Whoa. I think we're going to talk to these guys first. Oh. Oh, I did not do that. Man, that was just a chain reaction of awful. Just a horrible, terrible, awful thing. Clicked on the Bard Bull Rush with Nerdad instead of a star, and he failed the saving throw. So he's got open wound, which could get infected. And then, while I was furiously left-clicking because, I wasn't paying attention or right-clicked, everybody else got hit in an open wound. I am definitely going to wait for this open wound to clear itself before I actually do anything else. That was... That one 5-second window right there was worse than that entire fight we just did. My goodness gracious. All right, almost. 6 more seconds. Saving throw. Oh, saving throw failed. Save. All right, good. Oh, jeez. How embarrassing. All right, these guys are yellow. So, whoa. Starian, come over here, guy. Trap.
Someone doesn't like this.
Careful, Shadowheart. Don't jump into it. I know. You use my own words against me. Yes, you can right-click
touch the shadows.
Just immediately stop everybody. But my goodness, sometimes it is a little rough in the moment whenever you...
I thought they had a sister to find. That's just lazy, guys.
Be ready. Whoever or whatever did this could be close.
So, somewhere here... Oh, yeah, right there, right there. I don't know if you... I was talking when Astarion started talking, but... He sees one of the brothers dead, and... Dead? I thought they had a sister to find. Where's the wraith and its dragon thingy? What are you talking about? The unison screaming is nice sounding. Yes, it's fantastic when everyone in the party is like, oh, because they all ran right on top of the trap. Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, let me actually get this so I don't misclick that. All right.
Stop me yet. Better be cautious. I just want.
Oh, whoops. I did not mean to do that. Have him go unstealth. I'm going to have him talk to the red caps.
Diminutive creature sporting a red hat glares at you.
These guys are...
You recognize
creepy.
the red cap, a fey creature known for its bloodlust. That noise. Is the creature pretending to be a sheep?
So... Before the sun, so obviously the sunlit wetlands is not a thing. The whole thing was placed, the whole area was placed under an illusion, and whatever put him under illusion, what could it be? Whatever put him under illusion put the red caps under the illusion of making them look like sheep. Here we go. Take a deep breath and say, "Bah." All right. While I am in a good situation here, I'm kind of thinking about like ambushing these guys. This can also be a nasty fight because all of these guys are level 4. There is this caster up here. Yeah, this is just a little rough. Thinking about it, we're gonna go talk to Demir here
We
first.
need to find a way forward.
Hopefully, if we can get as many traps as we can. And by get as many traps, I mean, of course, run straight into them like I have been. All right. Come on, my guy. Oh, he does not have Speak with Dead. Gale does.
For now.
So, let's speak with Dead. I like Gale's armor. It looks great. Was that Minthara's armor? I think it was.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
It's got like a nice, cheerful skull on there. Let's see. What killed you? That seems the pressing question here.
Wasn't a sheep.
So, whenever we first came into the bog, I'd had that, like, paladin thing like, hey, something's wrong, I'm naturey, let me investigate, and the whole illusion faded. If I had failed those saving throws, then we'd be in here and these guys would still look like sheep and they would still be like ready to ambush us. Let's see. Did you find your sister?
Screaming,
Oh.
but not real.
Let's see. This place seems strange. Anything I should be wary of?
Don't drink the water.
Okay. I mean, I kind of already know the answer to this. I kind of know the answer to number 3 as well. But yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere. Why come here?
Gotta get Arena.
Gotta is not a word that a lot of fantasy characters use. Oh, 222? Alright, alright. Do you have any family?
Mom, Joe,
Aha.
and soon
Dude, Lanimus, good call.
The
This,
spell's power will
that's a piece of the
cast
puzzle
no
there.
more questions.
Mayrina was pregnant. I say was, sorry. Could still be. Could still be. Alright. Aha! And hey, look, there's the waypoint that we were looking for. Good. I still think that we're gonna take this red cap out. We got enough potions. I think that we're good on. We can probably potion heal our way through all this. Yeah, we don't have a huge number. Like, that's not a comfortable amount of potions. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to gather everybody up. I'm going to put Astarion right here. And, oh yeah, Gil's pretty bad too.
Might as well.
We're going to go into tactical mode just to give us a little bit easier time
Wits and blades.
throwing things around. But, point is, I'm going to throw a healing potion into the middle of us here. I'm going to throw a healing potion. Okay. I think it's in her bag. I think it's in her other bag. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Jeez. Alright. I'm gonna throw a potion, guys. I'll pull out these potions of speed too. Because I think we're gonna go ahead and burn that potion of speed right now. Alright. Throw potion right the heck here and get everybody healed up from one potion. Oh, and everybody's blessed too. Okay, hey, here we go. So time has stopped. Time to toss a potion of speed. Everybody got it? Yeah. All right. It's go time.
Well, hello.
So here we go. Oh, good, and the sage is the one that's close to. But doink. That was a miss. I really needed that to hit. Nice! That's what I'm freaking talking about. Alright. Now that things are initiated, I kind of want Astarion to get up here, and he is hasted. He is going to be able to move all that way. Oh, he does have this bog in the way, though. That's going to cut down on his movement speed. Okay, you know what? Gosh, I really do want him up there. I might burn his... Oh, it's too high. Okay, let's see what happens. All right, well, actually, we can do a quick little calculation. All right, so it's like 18 feet to move up to the up here. To get across it, it's another 20 feet, so that'll be 40 feet on top of it. So 58 feet. How far can he go with another... So, all right, gosh, 58 feet. How far can he go in general? He can go about 86 feet. So 58 feet, that means that he's going to be able to go another 28 feet past that. So where it's at right now, 38 plus another 28, that is going to be, it's fun doing math on stream, 66 feet. So let's see, he can barely get up there. Heck yes. Okay, here we go. Bring it. Can't get there. What are you talking about? You're right there. Not enough movement. I may have misunderestimated what I was capable of doing. All right, that's fine. It's fine. We can still shoot stuff. 65. I don't even have a path to that one. And this is just a regular old red cap. That's a regular old red cap. May as well take out the one that is right by me. May as well miss the one that's right by me, is what I meant to say. Not doing... Alright, thanks, Lanimus. Take care, man. Or individual, sorry. So I missed 2 of those shots, and that kind of stinks. Kind of not happy about that. Does Gil have on the poison? No, he's got the cool stuff on. Man. I might want to take one of these guys out of commission here. Could use grease, but nobody's super close. Oh, why is that way down there? That should be up here. It is worth noting, Poison Spray is kind of unique for a cantrip because normally cantrips that have like additional effects like Bone Chill prevents the target from healing, Ray of Frost like slows their movement speed down. Like normally those effect-based cantrips are 1 to 8 damage, and Firebolt is unique because it is 1 to 10 damage, but Poison Spray is 1 to 12, which is really, really good for a cantrip. The disadvantage to it is that it is a really, really short range. So, all right. I might go ahead and burn Ray of Sickness. But I think I'm going to hold off until I see how the fight's doing. I'm going to go ahead and do... Yeah, let's try to lock this guy down a little bit. 1 damage, hooray! Way to go, Gale. Super cool, man, super cool. Alright, we'll go ahead and end that. I do have a ton of scrolls that I can burn here if I need to. Not cool. Not cool. Oh, and that is a sage up there. I need to take that guy out as soon as possible. So that will be Astarian's principal priority. But I am going to have to burn a bonus action to do it, which stinketh. All right. 10 damage. Not great, man. Not great. But we are hasted, so we're going to try that again. Cool. I mean, not cool, but it's cool. Not a whole lot we can do here. And again, she is totally out of resources, so it's just stabby, stabby. Critical hit for 8. Hooray. Oh, it did blind him, though. Oh, awesome. That's excellent. That's excellent. That's excellent. I do need to remember to do Wood's Ensnaring Strike on somebody next turn. I think we're going to need it. Oh, I don't like this situation over here. I could use up one of my actions to disengage. Man, it seems like such a waste, and we're running out of time on haste. I could just stab him directly. I think I'm just gonna do that. We're just gonna take care of it right now. No, we're not. That was stupid. Because he doesn't do that much damage with stabbing. Dang it. Alright, so we'll do... Well, actually, no, I'm not going to do Vampire Bite because he is... Oh, man. I should have disengaged. That was not smart. But you know what? Is this range only? Oh. Yeah, we'll go ahead and burn this. So at least he's ensnared. That will give him disadvantage on the opportunity attack. So let's go ahead and move him up. Oh no, he didn't take it. Maybe he couldn't. Huh. All right. All right. Okay. All right. So same deal. I'm gonna Ray of Frost this guy just to what? I kind of think that maybe I should go after the Sage. Because nobody's going to be helping this guy. He might be able to break out with his own saves, but yeah, I'd rather take care of this here. Oh, I should have done Firebolt. Whoops. for like maybe a little extra damage. But that's fine. That was a good Ray of Frost hit. And we'll do Sentinel, free attack. Should be able to take this guy out next turn, so that'll be great. All right, cool. I was actually worried that that Sage was going to run up to Astarion and not let him do his ranged attack, so this works out really well. All right. I think I want to have Shady Heart take this guy out, yeah. And then we can jump. And see how close we can get up here. Yeah, all right, good. That's perfect.
I can't even catch my breath.
All right, it's turning back in our favor, you guys. We got this in the bag. Got it in the bag. And jump. Yeah. Just barely out of range. Dang it. Oh, okay, so this stinks. This is the worst situation because he's just... I mean, look at that. Look how close that is. He's barely out of range. But check this out. If I try to do a ranged attack on him, the target's too close, I'm going to have disadvantage. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Appreciate it. So I think I'm going to do something just default. I'll do maybe heroism. Well, I've already got temporary HP, so I'm not going to overwrite that. I'll just do color spray, I guess. It's short rest base, so... Oh, what happened? 33 HP, that should have totally hit. Why didn't that hit? Well, now I'm just upset. Now I'm just upset. What the crud was that? I should have had disadvantage on that, but I still got a critical hit? Bruh. That's crazy. That's crazy. So that means for my disadvantage, I rolled a 20 twice. Oh my gosh. That's great. I'm super happy about that. I really needed that to happen. Oh no! And haste is out. It's okay. It's totally worth it. Totally worth it. Totally worth it, you guys. Okay, let's see if we can get this guy going. Yeah. Oh, he's only got 3 HP, so we're great. We're golden. We're golden. Should have done that the other way around. I should have had the bonus action on the one that only had 3 HP, but minor slip up. I'll do better next time. We'll go ahead and do Firebolt on this one though. For the extra damage. That's horrible Spanish for damage. I did not expect that. Dang. 20 damage. Yeesh. I did not expect to have Shadowheart go down. Man, oh man, oh man.
Please stay with me.
How embarrassing.
Is that?
Alright, I'm gonna have her drink some...
A little help, please.
Yeah, okay, stop whining. Jeez. Man, not getting a lot of HP off of this. Little concerned. I don't want to burn my short rest yet. Although I guess at this point, the reason that I was holding off on the short rest and the long rest is because I wanted to make sure I couldn't, continue to investigate Kaga, which it looks like I cannot. So I may as well burn the short rest. Only thing that I'm going to get back is channel oath charges. the remainder of her HP, which, you know, again, I'm glad that I did use the potions. Those weren't a waste, because I'm only going to get half HP back from a short rest. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it.
What a welcome rest.
Yeah, quit your whining.
No one back home will ever believe this.
All right,
Very well.
where's the rest of everybody?
What's inside?
Oh, stop. So I did do the right click this time, you guys. It was like I successfully clicked on the right button, but I right-clicked on one of my guys and brought up their right-click menu. So that worked out really great. My advice still stands. Right-click whenever you have a perception check. Jeez.
Still breathing, despite everything.
What do we got? Hold person and protection from good and evil. Oh, animal carcass right there.
Never wanted the easy part.
Did I already loot him? I didn't realize I looted him. Okay.
What's hiding here?
1 whole gold? No way! That's awesome! Alright. So I think with that, we are going to go ahead and head back up to the north. Try to get in this area right up in here. All right. So yeah, heading directly north. There'll be a little cave system that we have to deal with, and actually, I think while we're in this area, we're gonna go ahead and finally take care of Karlach. Karlach is another one of our spoilers, I guess. Karlach is another one of our party members that we're gonna get a hold of here in a sec. Yup. Man, still such a graceful jump. That's amazing. All right, and if you guys remember, this is where we had the fight with the gnolls a little back. And again, content warning here, lots of blood and gore as I zoom up past this all. All right. So I will say here we have got I am going to take care of Karlach, and for that I'm going to get Will in the party. How close are we to 5? Man, it'd be nice to be able to get up to 5. This fight that we have coming up should do the trick. But anyway, sorry, we're going to get Will in the party because it is Will's deal to have to handle... Come on, pick the pumpkin up, my guy. To deal with the one-horned devil that is doing a whole bunch of, you know, inappropriate things like killing people. Killing innocents, specifically. But the problem is this is outside of the game. For the stream, I will mention there is some heavy language involved with Karlach, so content warning for those of you who are concerned about language content. So for this, we're going to go ahead and kick out... Who are we going to kick out? We'll kick out Astarion. No, we'll kick out Astarion. We'll kick out Gale. If we can find Gale. Hey, my guy.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, let's actually talk to him. I feel like we talked to him last time, though. Didn't we talk to him last time? I feel like about these exact topics, but for right now, I need you to remain in camp.
I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be here in the meantime, idling away the hours.
I like how they're passive-aggressively, like, informing you of their desire to be in horrific situations where they might die. Oh, crud, where'd Will go? Oh, there he is.
I have something to ask.
Well met.
Again, I like
That's
Will.
the spirit.
He's just so chipper. All right, and let's get Will all leveled up. All right, health increase. Oh, we haven't leveled him up at all. We got a lot of work to do here. Okay, all right. Jeez. So with warlocks, I really enjoy playing like a darkness warlock. So this is all about. In fact, I'll show you guys here in a second. Spells we are going to do, and if I'm looking off to the side, it's because I'm consulting my notes. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and do Hex. Yeah. So our options: Armor of Agathis. With his default build, it looks like he already has Armor of Agathis, which is just great. So, and actually, the other option is Arms of Hadar, which it looks like he has as well. So Hex is really our only option. Hex is a great spell that's going to remain useful for a long time. So it makes your attacks deal an additional 1d6. It's kind of like the warlock equivalent of sneak attack or hunter's prey or what have you, or hunter's mark, sorry. And it gives them disadvantage on an ability check of your choosing. And this does not include attack rolls in this. This is actually a really common misconception in tabletop D&D is thinking that Hex is going to affect attack rolls. It does not. It does not. Dang it all, it does not. But it will... Well, you know what? I might be totally wrong on that. I might be confusing this with something else. I think that's pretty possible. So all that emphatic, it does not. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Tell me in chatter in the comments if I'm totally wrong. But anyway, it does give disadvantage on an ability of your choosing. In this case, you would want to do it with like typically like strength or dex, just to help with shoving. Because with warlocks, we're going to do a lot of indirect shoving. If the target dies before the spell ends, you can hex a new creature without expending a spell slot. And really, the only time that this thing is going to end is whenever you lose concentration on it, which is great. But that does mean that you will be concentrating on hex a lot. Oh, and it is a bonus action too. That is also worth noting. All right, so yeah, we will be taking hex, and for our invocations, these invocations are like extra little feats that warlocks get. So the big thing that we're going to be doing is we will definitely be doing Agonizing Blast. So warlocks, for their main like iconic damage cantrip, they get Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast is a fantastic cantrip. In part because it can be modified with all of these Eldritch invocations. So like, for example, Agonizing Blast is one that we're going to take eventually, but not right now. But whenever you cast Eldritch Blast, you add your Charisma modifier to the damage it deals. So typically it's just 1d10, but with this, it is actually 1d10 plus 4. Or actually not 4 yet, but it will be by the time we take Agonizing Blast. This very, very much increases the damage that Eldritch Blast does by a lot, because at level 5, you cast 2 Eldritch Blast every time that you cast it, and the Charisma modifier is applied to each one of the blasts, which is great. All right, next up, one way we will be taking right now is Repelling Blast. So Repelling Blast is when you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, you push the creature up to 15 feet away from you, which is awesome. This will very, very much help you contain fights. I mentioned that we're going to be focusing on darkness, like the level 2 spell Darkness. So that means we can have enemies inside of the darkness, and if they get towards the edge of it, we can just Eldritch Blast them right back to the other side of the darkness and have them have to walk through the darkness again. It's just, there's so many great uses for Repelling Blast. And then the other thing, and this is what really makes the darkness build work effectively, is Devil's Sight. So Devil's Sight, you can see normally, even if you are in magical or non-magical darkness. Again, this is so fantastic for a lot of reasons. But whenever we cast darkness, that means that we're going to be able to like just chill in the cloud of darkness and have nothing happen to us. So that's awesome. While everything else inside of the cloud of darkness is totally and completely blind. All right, So replace spell, we're going to take a look at this, and yeah, he does have Armor of Agathis, which is you gain temporary hit points, and then you also deal 5 cold damage to any creature that hits you with a melee attack. This is such a great spell. And not only that, but you can kind of abuse this a little bit, because if you have on your Armor of Agathis, which you do a counterattack to anything that hits you, 5 cold damage, and it also increases as the damage increases as your warlock level increases. But you can abuse this by intentionally walking out of range of your enemies so that they do opportunity attacks against you. So you can like trigger a massive amount of damage against a lot of people. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Arms of Hadar is my least favorite out of the 3 kind of initial ones, but it's still really good. So this does a good amount of damage. And not only that, but it always does damage. So even if they fail their save, they still take half damage. This will actually be really, really useful a little bit later on whenever we're doing the anti-Ethel quest. But I still probably won't have Will in the party for that. The build that I'm using, the party that I'm using, we don't have Will. I'll just talk about warlocks in general. But if you have like fights where you need to do damage that is irresistible, Arms of Hadar is really good for that. Plus, on top of that, it prevents targets from using reactions. This is an AoE burst around him, so that's really good. I believe I might be wrong on that. So yeah, we will. Oh, whoops! Accidentally hit escape. I'm sorry, you guys. Let's level up our warlock to level 2. Hooray! This will be quick. So Hex and Eldritch Invocations, we're going to do Double Sight, Repelling Blast, and Replace Spell. Nothing... Oh, I should have talked about the other Eldritch Invocations. I apologize. I should have gone over those in a little bit more detail. All right. Spells for this level. What we're going to be doing is we will be doing Darkness. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Definitely Darkness. So again, Darkness, it just creates like a cloud of magical darkness that... First off, is heavy obscuring, and it also blinds everything inside of it. And you can't fire out of it, and you can't fire into it because, again, it is total darkness. Will not be an issue for Will now that he has Devil Sight and is able to see in magical darkness. So this is such a good way, and we don't have Will as a weapon-y type of warlock. You can build them so that they're very heavily focused on weapons, but there's just, with the way Baldur's Gate 3 is designed and built and kind of based off of like core D&D rules, there are a couple of things that are essential on like some extra D&D books that are out there that really make that a sort of like melee darkness attacker work really, really well. They're not there, but we're still going to use this darkness heavy build. The way this is going to work is we're pretty much just going to use Darkness on boss fights if we do ever use Will. In non-boss fights, he will just be an Eldritch Blast Cannon, basically. All right, Pact Boon. So on this one, there are 3 packs. One is a warlock that gets a familiar, and you actually get like some pretty decent and good familiars. Pact of the Blade is kind of your melee warlock, but again, we're missing a couple spells that really brings the Pact of the Blade online, so we will not be doing that. And then Pact of the Tome. This one kind of turns you into a pseudo wizard, and gives you a couple of bonuses like that are a little wizardy, like the ability to learn a couple spells like later on. Pact of the Tome is a little light in Baldur's Gate 3, so it's not one that I necessarily recommend. It's a fantastic option for... Actually, all 3 of these are fantastic options in when you're playing like tabletop D&D, if you ever are playing tabletop D&D and really want to do a warlock. But it is pretty fascinating because all of these Pact boons are very well balanced. Warlock is an excellent class to play. It's a ton of fun. Highly recommend it, but we're going Pact of the Chain, just so that we can get like some of these special familiars. Replace spell. I will not be replacing a spell at this time. All right. So cantrips, we get an extra cantrip. We should already definitely have Eldritch Blast. Mage Hand is a good option. Looks like we already have Blade Ward by default with the way that Will comes built. So yeah, really, there's not a whole lot of need to choose stuff with Will or with Warlocks in general. I don't recommend taking damage cantrips with a Warlock, just because, again, you're going to have Eldritch Blast for your main damage cantrip, and why the heck would you use anything else? So, right, we're going to go ahead and go with Mage Hand. It is Mage Hand, unlike tabletop D&D, it is only, you can do it once per short rest, so having one extra team member that has Mage Hand, just in case we need to swap party members out, can be really good. So yeah, we'll go with Mage Hand. Alright, spells. Spells, we are going to go with Command, because, again, I love Command. Command, for those that don't remember, basically turns off an enemy for one turn, and possibly granting advantage to it for one turn. And then you can also have it drop its weapon, which can be super, super useful, such as in the Nautiloid. Replacing a spell, we are not going to replace a spell at this time. But for feat, we will do an ability score improvement and increase his charisma up to 19, which will be just dandy. All right, you guys. I think we are good to go. Let's go ahead and jump back
Have you wondered what people
into the
will say,
world.
Will, when they find out the monster hunter is becoming a monster?
I've faced countless perils and conquered them all. This will be no different.
I've always had a soft spot for the confident ones.
Easy there,
They
Shadowheart.
always
Easy.
disappoint, though.
Jeez. Again, we're going dating sim again a little bit. Toll Collector's Key. That is another item that we are not going to.
I wonder what it opens.
We're not going to need it, but we are going to. It will be nice just in case things go a little wonky here in a little bit. All right. So again, at this point, again, content warning for some language.
One horn. The stink of Avernus. Advocatus Diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought
Weird
I'd
little camera
shaken
pan
you
there.
For good. That'll teach me to underestimate you.
All right. So just as a reminder, whenever we met Will, he said that his main purpose in life was to hunt down this one-horned demon, devil, actually, I guess technically. And here we are. You're the devil we've been hunting, Karlach, right?
Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but I.
A great
What?
heat
She's got a
roars through you.
parasite?
Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out.
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes
I like
dart
Nerdad's
around,
facial
seeking
expressions.
escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
Bruh.
You saw the truth. I never wanted to serve Zariel. I was enlisted in her army against my will. forced to fight, and fight I did. When I saw an opportunity to get away, I took it. Finally home. Or near it, anyway.
You served her. That's enough to damn you.
All right, Standell, Will, you saw what I saw. Be practical. She's infected, same as us, and powerful, too. You can use her as an ally. It looks like you found your mark, Will. Yeah, stand down, Will. You saw what I saw.
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
You don't know what you're saying. You're asking me to trust a devil.
Bruh, you're a warlock. All right, let's see. You're stubborn. Karlach's not a devil, and you know it. You saw her thoughts. She poses no danger to the Sword Coast. And you're right, cut her down before she causes trouble. Karlach's not a devil, and you know it. Hey, look at all the approval.
Listen to sense now. I don't want this to end badly for either of us. You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit.
Language, Will.
You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Yeah.
Thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
Anybody
Yeah.
shipping Karlach and
You
Will?
already knew that. And you are...
I'm Nerdad. I'm not
Well
interested in
met,
making
soldier.
friends.
Nice to meet a friendly around here. It's been tough going so far. I may not be a devil, but I can put the Blade's reputation to work. How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? Little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good. Really good. It turns out I've got a knack for killing demons. That made me a valuable asset. Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me as her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there.
Language,
But
Will
devils
Karlach.
don't like to lose their assets. Zariel liked it so little. She sent a bunch of goons, so-called paladins of Tyr, to take me back. Problem is, I'm not going.
Now let's see. Let's send them back where they came from. So you want me to kill the people hunting you? Why should I do your dirty work? I have my own problems. I don't need yours. Let's send them back where they came from.
Fuck yes. They
Language,
cornered me
Karlach.
outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Then we can work on evicting this parasite and take Faerun by their short hairs. Sound good?
Hang on, I said I'd help you, not team up with you long term. Yeah, sounds like a great plan.
I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off. Hang on though. Looks like you've got enough backup at your side. Not sure there's room for me. I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun stuff without me. Got it?
Karlach is fun. She's a good character to have, but yeah, I will not have her in my party. We'll take a look at these journal updates. Save my arena. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't have anything about finding one of the brothers dead. That's interesting. Yeah, Karlach joined us, fiery friend, so we do have her in the party now, and so she's got her own little storyline. And then update on Will. So this is interesting. I think this is actually a little bit weak on how they introduce Karlach and like resolve the whole. My life's purpose right now is to hunt down a devil, and then within 5 seconds you're like, I guess not. Okay, well that's done. And what it feels like, and this actually makes me think that people at Larian do actually play regular old tabletop D&D, because dungeon masters like to get interplayer character drama, and so sometimes that involves people like having backstories that conflict or put them in direct conflict with other players' character backstories. But the thing is you need everybody all in the same team anyway. We all are sitting at the table rolling the same die. Well, hopefully not the same dice. weird. But we know that we're all players at the table. We know that we're all going to be in. Know that we're all going to end up on the same team, fighting the same battles. So sometimes when the DM is like, "Oh, this is somebody you've been hunting for so long," and it's like the player sitting to your left, and they're like, "Hi." We know it's going to have to get resolved immediately so that everybody can be a group. That's what this whole interaction with Will and Karlach feels like. It feels a little bit weak, but hey, I get it. I get it. Just not, I don't get it very well.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly.
What's that supposed to mean? Lay it out plainly, Will. Someone set you on Karlach's tail. I'd like to know who this source of yours is. If you weren't so useful, I'd drive a dagger through your skull.
I can say only this. Karlach's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats.
Gods, what now? Do you have a tax collector on your tail?
You're closer than you think. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance.
Penance? Should I be worried?
You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
All right. So with all that, what we're going to do is we're going to head back to camp. And we are going to kick out Shadowheart.
Stay idle.
Oh, whoops. We're not going to control Shadowheart. We're going to kick out Shadowheart. We're doing good on weight. We don't need to worry about shopping right now.
Karlach and Will seem to have put their differences aside. I thought it was going to come to blows for a moment.
We should journey separately
If
for
you're
now.
sure.
I am sure.
Fine. I'll be here whenever you rediscover your taste in company.
It's so passive-aggressive, I swear. All right. So I will continue to say, like, we are going to have Karlach in the party for this next little encounter. So heads up. Again, the language warning, it does stay in effect. So, how did you end up fighting in the Blood War?
Trust me, I'll tell you all about it after we take care of the goons on my tail.
In your expert opinion, what's the best way to kill a devil?
Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
So yeah, a little... I swear, I really do think that they wrote Karlach to have, like, ADHD or something like that. She gets very easily distracted, and she's like a big, huge, red, fiery puppy. A little bit of history on what's going on in, like, the whole Dungeons & Dragons world. So there is something called the Blood War, and down in the lower planes, there are two factions of evil, I guess. Down in the lawful evil plane, there are devils, and down in the chaotic evil plane, there are demons. And it's important to make that distinction. Oh, you can't call one the other. But they have been fighting like an eternal war against each other called the Blood War, and they're constantly looking for new souls and new bodies to fight in this Blood War, and that's why Karlach was sucked into this, to be on the front line of the Blood War. So yeah, it is kind of interesting. Like, you talk about like, okay, how do you take down a demon? Well, okay, there are rigid rules to handling devils, because devils are the lawful evil kind of thing. But she mentioned that the demons, which are chaotic evil, are singular, one in each, because they are chaotic. So it is, I don't know, it's just a nice little alignment touch, I guess. This isn't where I thought I'd end up. How about you?
Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you?
Let's see, I'd be back in my home, not a care in the world. I'd be in the middle of another adventure, blessedly free of any tadpole. So much has happened, I can barely remember what life was like before the abduction. I'd be in the middle of another adventure.
I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous shit.
Language.
Giants, beholders, Thayans, the works.
Yeah.
Maybe once we've wrapped up the current shenanigans, we'll rest a bit and find some new heap of troubles to throw ourselves at.
I wasn't done talking to you. What do you know about the city of Elturel falling into Avernus?
Wasn't all that long ago. I never knew the whole of how and why, but I remember the devils slavering with delight. I should have looked after the Elturans more. Gone out of my way to make sure they were all right. The long and short of it was, I didn't want to risk my neck. I let them get on with the nightmare, same as I had to. But Avernus is no place for decent folk. I'm glad they got out. So glad.
About those paladins you want us to confront. And it is worth noting, like, Karlach, you know, I mean, she looks like a devil. She's like Bernie and red and she's got ADHD. Not that makes anybody bad or anything, but she really is a good person at heart. About those paladins you want us to confront.
Yeah, let's go straight there. Whatever those fucks are getting up to,
Language.
it's nothing good.
Language.
Just to say, by the way, they're not really paladins. Lackeys of the Archdevil playing dress-up as paladins of Tyr. No honor among devils.
All right, come on, we're heading out.
Fuck yes.
Language, my gosh. Again, heavy warning when Karlach is around. All right, so Karlach is a barbarian. With barbarian, there is a really fantastic build that we can use to, like, just have her throw stuff like crazy and do just crazy amounts of damage. But I'm not gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with something a little bit just more standard, I guess. Just because the throwing build requires a lot of gear that I don't necessarily have at that moment, at this moment, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. But barbarians are pretty cool. They're really straightforward. Get a ton of HP. They're meant to be like meat shields in the most meat shieldy way. They don't have a whole lot of AC compared to, like, you know, fighters and paladins, but what they do have is a ton of HP and really good resistances, like when they're raging. So what we got here is dexterity sense. So whenever something happens that causes her to need to do a dexterity saving throw, she'll have advantage against that, which is pretty great. And then she also gets reckless attack. So this, again, it fits right into the whole barbarian style. Honor among thieves build. Yeah. So seriously, like I can't go an episode without talking about, you know, the movie Honor Among Thieves. There's a barbarian in that one, and she is very much an improvised weapon and thrower and everything. Like, literally, there are abilities that are like reckless throw or something like that, and I swear to you, she is that specific subclass in the movie. It's the attention to detail in that movie is really good. It's really good. But anyway, reckless attack. You have advantage on attack rolls, but everybody who attacks you also has advantage. It's so bizarre that you would have like a frontliner, tanky-ish sort of class that encourages things to hit you with advantage. But it doesn't matter too much because, again, barbarians have so much HP that hopefully it's okay. All right. So because she is a tiefling, she does get these extra little spells as she levels up. So in this one, it is Searing Smite. You just do extra fire damage, and it will take some damage over time because of the fire. It's nice. It's like just about the only concentration thing that she's ever going to have. It does reset on long rest, and it does last for 10 turns, so that is pretty cool. It's a lot of extra damage to dish out, which is pretty cool. So the three different subclasses of barbarian are all pretty unique. So right off the bat, we have wild magic. Wild magic, it like I don't know, like this wild magic just gives you like it almost makes you like half sorcerer ish. It's interesting. It's a lot of like defense against magic. Eventually, you do get like some, casty stuff happening. It's interesting, but like real quick. So the key with a barbarian is that they have a certain number of times that they can rage per day, and or per long rest, I should say. And whenever they're raging, they have resistance to like bludgeoning and piercing and slashing damage, which is going to be most damage. They also get like some damage buffs and everything. But these individual subclasses change the nature of the rage. So, like for example, in wild magic, the rage you enter a rage that releases all the magic rolling inside of you, causing a random magical effect. And then you also gain resistance to physical damage and advantage on strength checks and saves. This is kind of interesting, though, because if you notice, these rages, you can't cast or concentrate on spells while raging, which is really, really not super great for this whole concentration thing. Yeah, it is what it is. You can, as long as you don't want to rage, this is nice. Like if you're out of rages for the day, you could use this as a backup. All right, Wild Heart. Well, actually, let me talk about Berserker. So Berserker, your rage is instead a frenzy. So you gain Frenzied Strike, which is you can do a melee attack with your equipped weapon as a bonus action, which always fantastic to get extra bonus action. And then you get something called Frenzied Strain, which adds a penalty to your attack rolls every time that you use this, until your frenzy is over. So it is a little rough, but the bonuses do outweigh it because, again, it is a bonus action, which is a full attack as a bonus action. In addition, there is Enraged Throw. So you can pick up an item or a creature and throw it at a target, dealing additional damage and knocking it prone, which all of these are really, really great. Like, knocking a target prone will give advantage to melee characters that are by it, which always awesome to have. Dealing the additional damage, always wonderful to have. But the side effect that nobody ever thinks about this is if you take a creature and throw it, hey, guess what? That creature's not there to instill opportunity attacks against you whenever you move. So really, really, really nice. And Rage Throw is so good. And that's what the key to the throw barbarian is, this right here. It does, oddly enough, kind of turn the barbarian into a ranged class. But if you have a situation where you have something, yeah, I know, like literally you can yeet the dwarf. just like Aragorn does. Or not Aragorn, Aragorn does in Lord of the Rings. In the movie, dang it. But yeah, so it turns you into a ranged class, but hey, if you ever get anything that moves up next to you, guess what you can do? Yeet! Damage of the thrown weapon is same as the damage melee weapon. So the reason that this is, and you also deal additional damage based on your strength. Really, really, really nice. And if you notice, so Frenzied Strike, it does cause Frenzied Strain, and Rage Throw does not. It does not. So while you are raging, you can just yeet stuff as much as you want, and just do crazy, crazy damage. The reason that this is not ready to come online is that we're going to need a thrown weapon that will return to the thrower when it is thrown. And I don't believe that we have anything that will do that. We can double check, but that's the key. Like, you throw a javelin, it comes right back to your hand. You just throw it again for your extra attack and throw it and throw it and throw it. It's great. You can also make an improvised weapon attack as a bonus action. So this is picking up an item or creature and then using it to make a melee attack. I love it. And your strength affects how much weight you can lift. Heavier items deal more damage. So you pick up that, pick up that gnome and You use him as a club. In addition, the Frenzy also gives you resistance to all physical damage again and advantage on strength checks and saves. Okay, so Wild Heart is interesting. You get something called a Bestial Heart. So this is, you take on an aspect of a particular type of... yeah. Get to combat faster to be a dwarf eating. That is one way to enter Nerdad into a fight where we're trying to be stealthy, is you just, you know, throw him into the combat. All right, so Bearheart. When you're raging, you can use Unrelenting Ferocity, and you have resistance to all damage except for psychic damage. This is actually really significant because typically when you're raging, you only have resistance to the physical, like bludgeoning, slashing, piercing damage. This is resistance to all damage, including magic-y stuff, except for psychic. But Unrelenting Ferocity, excuse me, you can heal. This is so good because, again, she is designed to be a meat sponge, like a health sponge. You're going to be taking a lot of damage, so having extra healing is pretty nice. Eagle Heart. When you're raging, basically all of these are going to give you an extra ability that you can use while you're raging. So while you're raging, you can use Diving Strike. So you leap down onto a foe, knocking them prone, and you won't take falling damage, but you must be above your target. And this, of course, requires rage. And they will be prone for, looks like, 2 turns. This one is a little difficult to set up sometimes, but in Baldur's Gate 3, they do give you lots of opportunity to be higher than the stuff around you. Like the way that everything is laid out is pretty effective for combat, so there's usually a way that you can get higher. It is a little hard to set this up, but whenever you do the Diving Strike, and whenever you hit level 5 and you have the multiple attacks, this means that whenever you knock them prone, you're going to be super ready to just continually, like, wail on them while they are prone and can't really, like, get away. You will have advantage on those attacks. So, again, if you are, like, Potion of Speeded or Hasted, you're going to get, like, first off, this Diving Strike right here, and then you'll have, like, a full 3 extra attacks to wail on them. So that can be really great if you set it up properly. Foes also have disadvantage on opportunity attacks against you, and you can use dash as a bonus action. So this is a very, very mobile Bestial Heart to take. And again, like, having the disadvantage on the opportunity attacks and having dash as a bonus action is a great way to get into position so that you can do a Diving Strike. Really good for the long run, but we're not going to take it for the little we're going to be using Karlach. All right, Elkhart. When you are raging, you can use Primal Stampede, and Primal Stampede allows you to charge forward, knocking all enemies in the way, or attacking all enemies in the way, and possibly knocking them prone. This is if they fail their saving throw. And I believe with Eagleheart, there is no saving throw on the Diving Strike. You just knock them prone, which is, again, so good. So good. If you can inflict status on things where they cannot resist it, that is so good. But anyway, Elkhart, Primal Stampede, you just charge forward. If enemies are, like, lined up in front of you, this is a really good thing, but sometimes it's kind of hard to get that set up. You can use Minor Illusion to set that up, but you'd maybe get to use that once. Like, you will definitely be able to use it, like, once if you do the proper setup. Maybe twice in a fight, so it's just not great. Another nice thing is this doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, so if you do need to get to a location without risking the opportunity attacks, which I'm not super concerned about with a barbarian, this is a good way to do it. Movement speed also increases by 15 feet, which is a pretty huge increase. Tiger Heart. You can use Tiger's Bloodlust, and so you can lash out and attack up to 3 enemies at once and make them bleed. This is fantastic. And your jump distance increases by 15 feet. It's not super common to find weapon attacks that will attack multiple things at once. There are a couple of things that like the fighter can take to like, you know, attack multiple things at once, but again, being able, like, right off the bat, right at level 3, being able to like attack 3 enemies at once, and instill bleeding, which is a damage over time on them, is really, really good. Oh, and on top of that, the bleeding, they will have disadvantage on Constitution saving throws. I forgot about that part. All right. And then finally, Wolfheart. So you can use Inciting Howl. Each ally within earshot can move an additional 10 feet during their next turn. Goodness gracious. And your allies have advantage on melee attack rolls against enemies within 7 feet of you. This is really, really good if you have a melee rogue and you're trying to get him to have advantage on stuff and, you know, trigger that sneak attack. It is always, always nice to have melee characters have advantage on basically everything as long as they are sticking close to the barbarian. This is a really, really good one. The Inciting Howl, I'm not super impressed with this. Because we have Longstrider up on all of our characters at all times, asterisk, it's not too big of a deal to have Inciting Howl because we already have like a good amount. I mean, going from 30 feet to 40 feet of movement is really, really big, and going from 40 feet to 50 feet is not as big of a deal. So I'm not super impressed by Inciting Howl. The second part of this is really good, but what we're going to do is we're just going to go with Tiger Heart. And you can actually change the way that you look here. So this is kind of neat. So here are the wolf piercings, the bear piercings, eagle piercings, elk piercings, and of course you can forego like having any sort of piercings. We're going to go with tiger piercings, dang it, because that's what we're picking. All right. That's level 3 for Karlach. And here we go with Barbarian 4. And you do have the option to change your heart, but we're not going to do that. For feet, Tavern Brawler is actually... Oh, actually, no, sorry. Tavern Brawler is really good for if we were doing a Throw Barbarian, but we're not going to do a Throw Barbarian. So we're just going to do ability improvement. We're going to crank her strength way the heck up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do 18 and 16 here. Get her constitution up a little bit so that she has a little bit extra HP. Heck yeah. All right. Now that Karlach is in our party, I believe that we are good. I am going to go through everyone and talk to them real quick, just because there has been a lot of stuff that's happened. And they usually have stuff to say whenever stuff happens.
I thought we were going to see some real sparks fly between Will and Karlach. It's almost a pity things ended so amicably. Seeing those two duke it out would be fun.
Oh, Astarion. All right, we'll go ahead and leave him. We are going to keep Astarion in the party just because he is a massive source of our damage. I think I'm going to keep Will in the party just for a second and let him do his thing for a fight or two.
Karlach's got the brawn of a warrior and the wiles of a survivor.
Oh, Lizelle's impressed.
Best of all, she speaks her mind plainly and fully. Show her due respect.
Lizelle is never impressed with anybody. We'll go ahead and leave here. We'll talk to Will. I think we're done talking with all. Yeah, he doesn't have anything extra to say. We'll talk with Gale, although didn't we already talk with Gale?
Devil and
Oh,
devil
nope, we
hunter
didn't.
standing shoulder to shoulder against a common enemy. Rather poetic, I think.
I still like that armor. That is some good looking armor. All right, we'll go ahead and leave there. And I think that was everybody. All right, so cool. With that, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and jump back into the world. Oh, you know what? We do need to equip these guys, though. Let's see what we... and all my stuff's on Gale. Dang it. Let me see if there's anything that that these guys have that'll be good. Oh, Glaive would be really good. I really want two-handed weapons on Karlach, just so we can really dish out damage with her. That'll That extra damage is always super great with her. Beastmaster, we don't need that. The guidance necklace, we don't need that. Oh, yeah, it's again, that's a monk weapon. We don't need that one. All right, so the Monster Slayer Glaive is a really, really good one. Does extra damage against Monstrosity. For the next fight, we are not going to be fighting Monstrosity, but I might keep that nearby just so that she can switch that out. Oh, it is worth noting. Sorrow, this does let us do Sorrowful Lash, which allows us to pull stuff closer in case they were trying to run in terror from us. So yeah, we'll keep that. That could be super useful. All right.
Let's get going.
So with that, we're going to go ahead and head just a little bit to the north, because that's where these paladins are. Oh, and
Something good here.
you can now check out Karlach's backpack. What do we got in here? Oil of Diminution, Drow Poison, that's really good. Alchemist Fire, Trap Disarm Toolkit, and Arrow. Lots of stuff that I would normally keep on Astarion, that's interesting. It's always worth like moving your mouse around sometimes when you can't see the stuff that's going around, because you'll see these skeletons and these piles of bones like laying off to the side. And Dead Toll Collector. I'll go ahead and take all of his tolls that he collected because he ain't gonna use them. Womp womp. Actually, I don't want to go up that way yet. Let's go ahead and go up the ladder. Oh, there's a vendor there. Too bad. We're not going to be able to buy anything off this vendor. Because we gonna go straight on in, and there will be issues here. Why, hello.
Keep that beast away from us, you hear?
Me, the beast.
Language
That's
again.
fucking rich.
I think I'm gonna try this out. I just want to see what she has. I'm gonna send Karlach back to camp here.
Sounds boring. If you insist, I'll make my way back. But don't be long, all right?
All right, so let's try talking to this person again. Not that
Still
direction!
need to shift some supplies. Don't have much to
Karlach,
spare.
where are you
It's
going?
more than we can carry.
All right, yeah, nothing unique in this. That's really what I wanted to test and see, was if this person had like unique stuff around, which they don't.
In Tia's name.
All right, so let's go ahead and go back to camp. We'll talk to Karlach
Hey, soldier.
and
Let's go.
get her back in there. And we head back.
Astarion, how is the rat diet going?
Oof.
It may soon come to an end if you don't shut your mouth.
That's a clever line, too. All right. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to put everybody into stealth, and I'm going to have Nerdad go and start talking in here.
Don't waste a step.
Cut it out. It's worse than Knowles out there.
Nothing we need to worry about.
How about a dragon? Would that worry you?
I'd give it a bloody good fight, that's for sure.
Actually,
Anything you give a dragon is bad gas.
actually, we're going to have...
You're welcome to rest here.
Whoops. I'm going to have Astarion move up to the upper level. Yep. And that way he's got a nice little sniper nest going. Might be a little bit difficult to get the person that's off in the side room, but that should be okay. I can have him jump down if needed. So yeah. So Astarion, he is going to stealth and do all that. And you know what? I'm going to have Will do the same thing.
Ever onward.
Because I'm mostly going to be having Will do Eldritch Blast. So yeah, we'll get both of these guys into position. Oh. We'll have him actually hide, however. All right. Now that that is in place, let's have Karlak unstealth. We'll have her.
Please, no more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go home.
Ooh, insight. Oh, and I'm not gonna have. Darn it! I'm not gonna have guidance. That's unfortunate. Yeah, insight check. Oh, I lucked out on that one, y'all.
There's something in the squint of his eye. You suspect
Yeah.
he's lying.
I like that they actually had him do the little sneaky squint. That was not subtle at all. Enough of this charade. I know who you really are.
Enough. Enough. I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlak, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm never going back!
There goes the barbarian. All right, so I'm gonna have Karlak take care of this traitor over here, and that will be her entire job for the next little while. Oh, she has thaumaturgy because she's a tiefling, but that's not super needed. All right, so I think I don't think that I'm going to enable rage right now. I'm gonna have her do that. You know what? Maybe I am going to have her move over this way just to take advantage of Tiger's Heart. Oh, Rage is a bonus action. She's doesn't have quite enough movement to get over there, though. All right, well, I'll tell you what. We'll go ahead and bring Astarion into the fray here. And we'll have Astarion. Whatever happens on Astarion's turn, that'll be our decision as to how things go. All right, so she just acted. I would prefer to do him first. Yeah, 20. Damage 20. Heck yes. And Astarion didn't roll high enough on his initiative to actually go. Holy crud. First time for everything, you guys. Oh, dang it. I don't have a clear shot to these guys. Oh, I can't from over there. Okay. Yeah, let's continue to take this guy out. Thought you were gonna be able to hit from down there. All right, fine. We'll have him go down the ladder. It's not what I want. I wanted him up there, but fine. I love Eldritch Blast. So Eldritch Blast is, again, it is just the best cantrip in the game by a large margin. But what makes it wonderful is in Baldur's Gate 3, it looks so good. It looks so good. All right, let's jump back over to her. So I tell you what, we might go ahead and burn this Searing Smite just to try to do a little bit of extra damage. Action. Oh, action there. You know what? No, I'm just gonna do Reckless Attack. We're gonna take it. Oh, actually, dang, she has a 90% chance to hit. No, Searing Smite it is. Da, 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 da. Okay, yeah, so Reckless Attack, it will let you trigger this in case you miss. So that is... I honestly forgot about that. So it's more of like a reaction than anything else. So yeah, like if you're going to miss, you can just trigger Reckless Attack so that you get advantage on that attack to actually hit. It's So you can use it reactively. It's great. It's great. I take it all. I take all the bad things I've ever said about Reckless Attack back. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So it's kind of like a guaranteed, not a guaranteed, but a really likely hit thing. Oh, she saved and she held Carla. What the crud? And she healed. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right, let's get Nerdad into here. Oh, actually, I wanted to hit him. I did not realize where I was at. Okay. So, I should have done this right off the bat. Oh, Hex is a... Okay, yeah. Let's do Dex. Yeah. I said before, I should have done that beforehand. Before I actually attacked, so that I could have done some extra Hex damage. And I am going to have him go up the ladder just so he's out of line of sight. Preemptive protection, you know. Always got to be safe. All right, and what do we have here? Oof. 65% chance. She's got more HP. So I tell you what. We're going to have Astarion do his bonus action. We'll see if that can take out Anders. Yeah, which it did. Just barely, but I'm happy that worked out. Which, that'll allow us to do Dread Ambusher, which does extra damage against Trin, who has more HP. Nice. This is what I love about this build. It's a sniper. It's a sniper, and it just takes out everything around it so fast.
No choice but to keep going.
All right, Nerdad. Let's get you moving up this way.
On my way.
Oh, I should have jumped. Herpaderp. Oh well. Oof. Knock that off. Man, she just keeps running. Just keeps running. All right. Oh, I can go through the door. Fantastic. Hi, peekaboo. All right, what's the chance to hit? 75? Yeah, that's plenty. That's plenty. And that does it. Language.
Language.
I won't go back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash.
Easy, Karlak. Those flames are getting big. Zariel won't get near you again. We'll make sure of that. And tear this place apart. Yeah, Zariel won't get near you again.
That's right, she won't. She can't. She couldn't even lay a finger.
Oh. Karlak breaks my heart. Oh, jeez. Everybody out. Everybody out. While Karlak destroys everything.
Oh, I could go for a good meal.
But yeah, she is just gonna go nuts for a while, and we gotta get out. The only where did Will go? Brah!
One move ahead.
Gosh. Okay, we're gonna enter turn-based mode. This is getting ridiculous. I'm gonna separate everybody, and we're just going to get everyone out where it is safe. This is really, really interesting, though. I really like how they do this, because she has these moments where she is just completely out of control, and when she is, like, she's burning super hot, she's like burning everything around her. It's really, really well done. And you can just feel her desperation. You can feel her anguish. Like, she has got like some serious like PTSD, not PTSD, but like hardcore anger and fear, but not only that, I mean, like, look at her. She is flaming, and I don't know. Karlach is great. Karlach is great. I am going to avoid using her in this run just because I do want to keep the intense language that she's got, like, in check.
That ought to do it.
All right, Karlach, honey, it's time to get out. She's still got running hot for a while. Once we talk to her about this, I'm going to go ahead and toss her into camp, and then she should be good. Where did I leave her dad?
What now? Wonder if the gods are watching me.
I think it's safe to go up near her at this point. Yeah. Okay.
Whew. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look?
I love the little flame spurts that are popping out of, like, her little shoulder vents or whatever. Like you should have melted a long time ago. How can you stand it?
Honey, I could go all night. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close, till I've found a way to calm it down.
How did you get an infernal engine for a heart? You have a mechanic for your heart? What does the engine allow you to do? And I met someone who might be able to help. Smith, who worked for a time. What does the engine allow you to do?
Burn, baby. As hot as I can tolerate. Makes me a beast in battle. Hardly remember what I was like before it. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the scar show
A little
for later.
fourth wall breaking.
I've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him.
So, wonder if they meant Damon. Tiefling weaponsmith. This is the guy, this is one of the vendors that's in the Emerald Grove. The one who's lamenting only having wooden tools at the forge. Let's see. There's some tieflings holed up in a druid's grove nearby. Might look there. I'll keep an eye out for someone like that. What'll happen if you don't get tuned up?
Who knows? Maybe I can run like this indefinitely, but maybe not.
Yeah, I just wonder if they met
A
Damon.
weaponsmith, huh? Not sure if he's the guy, but I'd love to find out. A tune-up would do this rusty heart a world of good.
So maybe we will take care of this other side quest here that we have with
Karlach. Marching.
There's a lot of stuff to loot in this area, so we'll have to take care of that as well. Pile of bones right here. Severed leg. little intense on the gore here, just for what it's worth, you guys. I like whenever you have her loot something, sometimes she's like, ooh. Karlach's fun. And what do we have here? Sword of Justice. All right. This is a fantastic sword. Fantastic sword. So I mean, it is a +1 great sword. So I mean, already it's pretty good for like fighters, pretty good for what do you call those people? Barbarians. The one right there. I might stick this on Nerdad, but I do want to have Nerdad a little bit heavier on the AC rather than on the damage. But this does give you Tears Protection. It is a concentration spell, but it increases your AC by 2. So this is kind of the replacement for the shield that you lose by having the Sword of Justice on. And you look at this and you're like, okay, it's still until long rest, great. Oh, but it's concentration. Aww. And so this is basically the equivalent of Shield of Faith, which burns up a full, level 1 spell slot, and there's a really good risk that you're going to lose concentration because you get hit all the time with it. But this is what makes this amazing, the fact that you can recharge this on a short rest. That means that you're going to enter into a lot of your fights with this activated, and because, again, it is an armor class thing, and you're not going to get hit when your armor class is higher, it does give you the increased chance of not even having to worry about breaking your concentration. And her dad does have really strong concentration saving throws, because he's got a lot of constitution. So I will very, very likely give Nerdad the Sword of Justice. And plus, it's a very paladin-y kind of spell, so, we'll grab it. Oh, this is kind of cool. So, this book right here, Order of the Gauntlet. Order of the Gauntlet is one of those, like, societies or organizations that that make up the brunt of the political power here in the Sword Coast. Like same as like the Zentarum and the Harpers and whoever else. But the Order of the Gauntlet is stuff like, paladins, and I think monks are in there as well. I can never remember like which classes are strongly associated with the individuals. And I wish I could. Anyway, we'll pick this up. We'll go ahead and read this right now though, because it does offer a little bit of information on like the alignment stuff. So, good is the absence of evil. It means to seek peace and to enforce it. It means to seek depravity and to denounce it. It means to trust in your God and yourself, for the greatest good of all is called faith. Goodness is not lawfulness. Law is commandment of God or of mortals. It is the call of authority and the sanction of its opponents. Law is the father of order. To renounce it is to invite chaos in which there is neither meaning nor life. Law can be corrupted. Lawfulness is not goodness. I say to you then that we seek not to be good or to be lawful, but to be just. For what is it to be good if we cannot define the acts that oppose it? What is it to be lawful if it is a devil's commands we obey? Justice is the hand that feeds the hungry and the shield that guards the weak. It is the sword that fells the wicked and the cloak that warms the indigent. It is for justice that the Order of the Gauntlet stands watch, and it is justice that Tyr and Torm, Helm and Huar demand. I really like that. That is a really well-written side book or whatever. We'll go ahead and grab this stuff over here. And check the cupboard. Are you looting that through the wall, Karlak? Come on. Get real. Get real. Oh, I am going to grab this burlap sack, actually. Pick that up, and we'll check out the wooden desk as well. An ink pot. Hooray. I mean, not super hooray, but whatever. Let me check how far away the nearest... I think there's a waypoint, like, up here somewhere, but we don't have it unlocked yet. That's unfortunate. I do want to go ahead and take care of the stuff with Damon while I have Karlak in the party. We'll check this out first, though. I don't think this is... Yeah, I'm not going to spend time reading that one. And as usual, we're going to loot the heck out of absolutely everything that we can get our hands on. We'll take a look out here as well. I think there's some grabbable stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Totally worth coming out here outside for that plate. Why wouldn't we? Oh, actually, we need to loot that body. So, yeah, totally. absolutely worth coming out here. Oop. Ah, scroll of mirror image, that's okay. Yeah, some pretty good stuff. Scroll of revivify, that's really good. Do you guys say it revivify or revivify? Because I never quite know what's going on here. I tell you though, these paladins, man, like they dismembered a lot of stuff, and it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross. Oh, already got that. We'll check in here for other stuff worth grabbing. Padded armor, that's actually surprising. I don't usually find armor in crates like that. One of the cool things about armor is it is a little expensive. Or sorry, it is a little weighty, but it usually does sell for pretty well. Yeah, like 7.2 pounds, but it is 30 gold, so it's pretty efficient. It's pretty efficient. Take this bedroll. Burlap sack. Ooh. Got a whole bunch of stuff on the ground, too, that I didn't see. Oh, and a burlap sack over here, too. There's a soul coin somewhere. Yeah, where is that? Where are you going, Karlak? The heck? What was that? That was the weirdest thing.
Not as bad as it could have. What path lies before me?
Did Will just, like, have the soul coin? It looked like he was grabbing the soul coin off of her.
Still alive.
Alright, let's talk to her, see what's going on.
So, hey, we've got this soul coin, right? Thing is, I think I can use it. My engine can, anyway. Zariel used to top me up every now and again when she wanted me to go after an especially wicked target.
Got a coin slight in your heart or what? Soul coins are just that, though. They contain people's souls. I'm not sure you should be using them. Aren't you afraid this is going to overload your engine? Like, let's find out. Go on and try it now. Yeah, let's do this. They contain people's souls.
They're already lost. Better to be used in service of the good guys than a devil, don't you think? Next time we're in a nasty battle, drop one my way. You'll enjoy the results.
Intriguing. Next time we're in battle, I'll make sure you get one. And try it now. I want to see this in action. I don't think we should spend soul coins for our own purposes. Yeah, we'll do that.
Fuck yes.
Ah, language
now
again.
I just need something to sink my teeth into.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
All right.
Let's march.
Again, excited to get Karlak out of the party so that we don't have to do content warnings on the poor girl. Oh, sorry, I still need to loot the rest of this room. There was a spot that I had over here where, like, a refugee was showing up. Oh, that was the guy on the ground. Okay. That's weird. Sometimes the alt, like whenever you hold down alt and it shows the stuff that you can all loot, sometimes it puts it in odd positions. And so it's kind of hard to figure out, like, where it is actually showing up from. Let's see. Bucket, heck yes. That's 1 gold right there, y'all. Check that out. 3 whole gold. We're just rolling in it. Actually, kind of surprised none of these guys are like speak with dead targets. Seems like speaking with dead in this area would be pretty good, but nah. Oh, I didn't get those wooden crates over there. Silly me. Piece of armor. What the heck is going on? All right, let's go ahead and go in here. There is a trapdoor here that we're going to check out. And
never get used to the stench of death.
All right. So, lots of stuff to get in here. Full House Ledger. So this is gonna take a good little bit because there is again so much stuff to grab in this area. But it's kind of a reward area for taking care of a lot of the game. So I'll tell you what, I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get this main room going first. And then if you guys can remind me, I will come back here after we talk to Damon and finish grabbing everything in here. Oh, whoops.
I suppose you want to hear about Cazador.
I swear we've already had this conversation. You said he was your master.
My old master. Before the Mind Flayers took
I'll let
me
this
from
play
him.
out.
Before this strange, twisted freedom. Cazador Zar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate. The patriarch of his coven, and a monster obsessed with power. Not political power or military power, I mean power over people. The power to control them completely. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn, and he became my tormentor.
So how are you turned? I really do feel like we did this already. So you were his slave?
A vampire's spawn is less than a slave. They're a puppet. We have no choice but to obey our master's commands. They speak, and our bodies react. It's all part of the deal. Sometimes he'd order us to submit to torture. Sometimes he'd have us torture ourselves. Whatever his weather-vane mood settled on.
Starian's a terrible person, but you do feel for the guy. Let's see. You're free now. Enjoy that freedom.
I will. But I won't take it for granted. The Mind Flayers aren't the only monsters out there. And they might not be the only ones hunting us. All I'm asking is that you keep your eyes open. And watch out for anything lurking in the shadows.
You keep me safe, and I'll do the same.
What more could I ask?
Okay, got some approval.
Now, is that all?
What do you make of Raphael's deal?
I won't lie. It's tempting. If I keep the tadpole, I risk transforming into a grotesque monster. If I lose the tadpole, Cazador has control of me, body and soul, and I return to the shadows. It's grim either way. So why not sell what's left of my soul to a devil? Better he has it than Cazador.
Incidentally, Cazador means hunter in Spanish. We have other options. Better options. You're trading one master for another, you'll be a slave either way.
You're familiar with the phrase, better the devil you know? I know Cazador. And I'll take anything that saves me from that.
Poor Astarian. Alright, now, back to actually clicking on the things that I wanted to click on. But thank you for that quick aside there, Astarian, I appreciate it.
Another step forward.
I already got that guy. Oh, lots of wooden crates in here. There is so much stuff in this area. I believe that I am going to run out of space a couple times going through everything in here. But we did get that toll collector's key, which is what unlocks this. And one of the things with this place is there are a lot of traps in here. And what we're going to do is, again, you can see this whole thing is like a big, huge vault that just kind of keeps on going. So we did the first section. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna go up the ladder, and to help me remind myself, easy there, Karlak. Jeez. I'm gonna go ahead and put a note down in here. Toll collector vault. And again, just to remind me that that's there, so I can come back and grab everything.
Just
Also,
keep it down. We're conspicuous enough without your hyena call.
look at Karlak. She's just dancing because, you know,
Still breathing.
attention deficit. Oh, I didn't loot that. Where are we at? What's going on here? What room is this? Okay. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and head over to the Emerald Grove. And again, I will lament the fact that there is no easy way to just teleport inside the grove and get to the vendors. And maybe that's exactly what the druids want. Maybe that's how they designed it.
Me too. Keep an eye out for any passing vagrants.
Jesus, Tarian.
I'm afraid you'll have to content yourself with vagrant chickens.
Y'all, I love the banter between the characters. It's so good. Oh, and look at that. It's a bunch of chests that can be freely looted. How about that? And I know that these guys need all this stuff to you know, make it to Baldur's Gate, but not today. I mean, I'm fighting their fights for them. I feel like I've earned all this carefully accumulated equipment. I feel like this is dangerous, leaving these smoke powder barrels just right there. I should probably move those at some point and make it so that I don't accidentally kill Aaron. He is my main vendor, so I always sell stuff to him. All right, let's deal with this here.
I should speak up.
Thought I sensed an infernal around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story?
I spent a good bit of time in the Hells. Enlisted against my will by the Archdevil Zariel. Same as you, I suppose, if you're from Elturel. The devils were delighted when your city was swallowed up. I thought they had you for keeps. Glad you got out.
I got lucky. It looks like you did too. And you brought some infernal machinery.
I like how he
with
just
you.
sniffs and he's like, "Yeah, there's some of my
Gift from
specialty."
Zariel. Keeps me burning hot.
Very hot by the smell of it. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen?
I love
Guys,
this.
but don't get too close or your eyes will melt shut.
Phew! You really are burning up. Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallurgized demono valves inside a Ragnak's alloy case.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Very
Yeah,
risky. I might be able to help. I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. That thing isn't meant to operate outside of Ernest. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running the way it's going.
Will you be able to turn down the temperature a little? Worried I'm gonna go in for a handshake and singe someone's arm off one of these days.
I'd worry about surviving the night first.
yeah.
But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your engine and allow you to touch whomever you please.
Let's see. Where should we look for infernal iron?
I've sensed some during our travels. It has a pull to it. Absolutely magnetic, once you know what you're looking for. I can show you where I'd look.
So I might have a problem here, because I believe that I definitely at this point have like I think 2 pieces of infernal iron in place, but I think it's on Shadowheart, so I'm gonna have to go back to camp, remove somebody, add Shadowheart back, and then we can come back and deal with this. Yeah, the inventory needs to be a little bit more smooth for dealing with like party members who are not currently in your party. So that would be nice. Keep our eyes open for some iron. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I've still got plenty of weapons and armor in stock if you're looking to load up.
I like Damon. He's super professional, but he's also like super low key and chill.
Forged from the heart.
All right, so Will is going to leave.
Karlak's all fire and fury. I pray to the Triad it doesn't consume her. Are you sure? The blade stands at the ready.
I'm sure.
And just when things were warming up.
Yeah, was that a pun? All right, let's go check it out. I believe that it is Shadowheart that has the infernal iron. Oh, let me just sort this by type. Oh, and Karlak has picked up a lot of stuff that I'm going to need to move off of her here in a little bit.
Karlak's temper is a sight to behold. She'll need to be careful. That rage will burn her right out.
I had
May the darkness protect you.
more to say to you. Join me.
All right.
All right, so let's check it out. Shadowheart, and hey, look at that infernal iron right there. Oh, I only have 1 piece. That's fine, I guess. Actually, while I'm here in camp, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to everybody because again, there's been a major event, and they always have stuff to say. Let's see what respect Glazel has.
Isn't it glorious? Karlak's fury is a wonder to behold.
Oh man. It's so funny. It's so funny because Lae'zel is like the personality opposite of Karlak. And she is just like, she's incredible. I already talked to Will, so let's talk to Gale here. That should do it.
What's on your mind?
You know what? I tell you what. We did a Starians thing again. We'll go ahead and cut through this here. I was wondering about that mighty lord you told me about in your story.
Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be
but this really does sound familiar.
The elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like.
If anybody in chat already recognizes this, let me know, and I'll just skip through I'll blow through it.
As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more, an event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
See, so in that moment in time, all magic was gone. Nothing good ever comes from mortals wanting to be gods. You have to admire the man's ambition. He very nearly succeeded. Yeah, all magic was gone.
For a spell.
Yeah.
Mistral was reborn as Mistra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
Gale sounds so sad. I mean, understandable. If you ever feel the Netherese magic overtaking you, what will you do?
If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
I like Gil. I like Gil a lot. All right, I think that we are good. Let's go ahead and head back to Demol. I'll just quick save real quick.
How fares the search?
I found the infernal iron you mentioned.
Please let this work.
The weight of it. And that blaze of chaos. Can't imagine this where my heart should be. Must be quite the experience. Give me just a moment.
I like the sword that he's got. That's a cool sword.
And I think... There. You'll have to install it, I'm afraid. I don't think there are thick enough gloves in all the realms to protect from that kind of heat.
She's Iron Man is what it is. She rages. It's like she's getting geared up in her Iron Man
That
suit.
feels good. I'm still burning hot as hell's hole, but I feel less changeable. Cheers, mate.
Pleasure. And as for the heat, I haven't got any solutions now, but I'm not giving up. Could be if the combustion chamber had its own insulation, or if we had some kind of enchanted coolant. Find me again in Baldur's Gate. If I'm worth my salt, I'll have figured something out by then. Take care, Karlak. And hopefully the next time I see you, I'll have something promising to report. Pocket any infernal iron you find along the way,
All right, cool. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end our time with Karlak. Oh, I need to be Nerdad whenever I talk to her. I don't want to have her selected.
Damon's upgrade didn't cool me down, but it did juice me up. I don't think I've ever felt more powerful.
Yeah, let's find some evil for you to smack then. We'll find more infernal iron and get you that second upgrade too. Yeah, let's find some evil for you to smack.
Bring it on. Soldier?
Let's see. How did you end up with such a contraption in your
The
chest?
year, 10 air. The place, sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlak, a knock-kneed delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell.
You mentioned a boss who gave you up to Zariel. Who was it?
Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. A good job. With people I liked. Doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Ugh, to feel so invincible again.
Poor Karlak. Sounds like all we need to do to fix your engine is find some infernal iron.
Let's hope Damon is as good as he seems. Once my engine's handled, I can focus on more important matters. Tadpoles, cults, frosty pints.
What does that infernal engine do to you?
Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close.
What's that been like?
Agonizing. God's what I wouldn't give for a hug. A pat.
Oh,
Anything.
poor Carlac.
You never met anyone so desperate for a hug as this one right here. Pathetic perhaps, but true. It's my lot to bear, and I bear it badly. Oh well. Can't have it all, can you? Not today, at least. Yeah?
Oh, actually, I need to clear out her inventory first. So let's do that real quick. You know, I'll keep her with Sorrow. I think it's a good fit. We'll end up dropping all this stuff in camp. And oops. Definitely want to go ahead and get this over on Nerdad. Yeah, let's go ahead. Yep. Looks good. It's a good looking sword. All right. We'll go ahead and put all this stuff on Shadowheart. Good, that does fit. And we'll have to do some massive rearranging to get all this in all its proper spots and where it needs to go. Let's give all this to Nerdad. And good, we're still doing good on all of our inventory weight management. Weight, still doing good. We'll go ahead and sort by type just to keep things organized. And we're gonna kick Carlac. Oh, Burlap Sack needs to go over to Nerdad as well. And heck, I'll go ahead and send all this to camp. I'm not gonna need that on her. All right, now Carlac.
What can I do you for?
Need to stay behind
Sounds
a camp.
boring. If you insist, I'll make my way back. But don't be long, all right?
All right, let's go ahead and head back to camp. We'll grab Gale.
Have to keep going.
Gale, get back in the team, man.
How can I help? With pleasure. Lead on.
Gale's voice actor did such a good job. I mean, him and Astarion are my favorite voice actors in this, but I think I like Gale a little bit better. It's just so formal and humble and boisterous, and it's great. It's great, dang it. Get people rearranged the way I like them to. There we go. Yeah, for what it's worth, I like having Nerdad on the first spot, and because he does most of the talking, and so I need to control him most of the time. I like Astarion in the very last spot, and the reason for that is because you can select these individuals with F1, F2, F3, F4. So really easy to switch them around. And the person that I switch over to the most is Astarion, just for lock picking, for trap detection, that sort of thing. So it's way easier to hit F4 than it is like F2 or F3. So, because on most keyboards there's the gap in between F4 and F5. So F1, F4, F1, F4, F1, yeah, so on and so forth. But that's why. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and end. Thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate it, and we will be picking up tomorrow with looting the rest of that, the rest of the toll collector vault, which is gonna be a lot, and then we're gonna have to do a lot of selling probably next time, and then from there we're gonna continue looking for the missing shipment a little bit north of the northwest of the toll collectors area, and then from there we will be moving on with the story. All right, thanks.